up in Cleveland, who at one time trailed the Detroit Tigers by 15 and a half games, had no life. They were a game under 500. The ownership refused to go out and do anything at the trade deadline. They traded Shane Bieber. They lost 2 pitchers because they decided to be stupid in the gambling world. And here we are. Here we are in the wild card as we speak, in a game behind the Tigers in the division. And guess who's coming to town? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Progressive Field. The Detroit Tigers and the Cleveland Guardians will have at it, and I'm hoping for a full house for all 3 of those games. That could be pretty good stuff. Let's talk a little Cleveland Guardians. Let's talk a little MLB. Let's talk about the big week ahead. Mike Vorhies, MLB Guards Cast, joining us here on the Sam Bourquin Show today, AM 1310 WDPN. Mike, good afternoon. Happy Victory Monday. What's going on?
Absolutely. What's up, Sam? I'm good, brother. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing well. I appreciate you coming on here today to talk a little Guardians baseball. I usually am not a fan of off days, especially this late in the year, especially when you've been riding the momentum train like Cleveland has. But I'll tell you what, that was a very tense road trip. They almost went perfect on it. Coming off of a loss, I love the day off today. How do you feel?
I feel great. You get the day off. Everybody gets to rest up. And then, obviously, Tarek Skubal and company come to town tomorrow night, which is going to be great. It's going to be a huge series. I mean, it's pretty much the season right here. I mean, if we want the division, this is the series we have to take.
How big is tomorrow night's game for the Guardians to beat Detroit and beat Tarek Skubal again? We beat him in the playoffs last year. We just beat him less than a week ago. How important is it that we do it again tomorrow to not only set the tone, Mike, but then that really goes a long way in trying to get that division?
I don't think you can measure it by a number, Sam. I think it's the magnitude of this game tomorrow night at the corner of Carnegie, Ontario, it's massive. I mean, you saw Stephen Vogt put it out on social media. He wants to pack the park. And I think as long as and I think you said it earlier in your show, if the weather holds off, I think tomorrow night, Wednesday night, and Thursday, that stadium is jammed to the gills.
Oh, I hope so. That's going to be great theater. I mean, that is truly going to feel like a playoff game.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it is a playoff game in essence. I mean, who'd have thunk a couple weeks ago we'd even be talking about this? I mean, I don't think anybody saw a 9-10 game winning streak coming. Nobody saw it. And it began to happen, and it got bigger and bigger, and now everybody's starting to take notice. The Guardians, yes, they were 15 and a half back. Everybody thought they were dead, gone, and buried. And then, just like they rose up from the dead, and they're putting on a show for all of us.
I mean, I put dirt on them 10 times the last 2 months.
Oh,
I did.
And everybody else.
15 and a half deficit. Then they got it to 12. And then it went to 9. Okay, let's see. And then I thought, there's no way they can keep this up. And then what else did we need to happen? You needed the Detroit Tigers to go into an absolute free fall. And they did. And I mean, what is going on with the Detroit Tigers, Mike? I have a hard time believing that they're going through this right now.
Well, they unfortunately have been bitten by a closer who has blown 7 games now. Their bullpen is kind of like ours was a year ago. I think that it's overused. I think the foundation is starting to show cracks. And when you don't have a dominant pitching force like the Tigers don't, they're using these guys in different multiple inning roles, and it's backfired on them, unfortunately. Plus they just played Atlanta, and Atlanta is as hot as a team could be. They're fighting for their lives and playing hard. So yeah, I mean, the Tigers, unfortunately, they got hit. It's almost unexplainable.
I just can't believe it. but I'm absolutely glad it's happening. And here's the other neat part. Now, depending on what happens with the Guardians and the Tigers, and hopefully the Guards can win. Just get me two. Just get me two. I would love three. Just get me two. Because then Detroit has to go to Boston this weekend. The Red Sox are fighting, scratching, and clawing with the wild card. I think they're a little too far out to catch Toronto. But so they need to win. They're going to play hard to win. So if there's a silver lining if things don't go exactly the way they want, I hate to fall back on the Red Sox and Tigers last series of the year, but that could be huge one way or the other.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, going to Fenway Park, obviously it's a mecca of stadiums anyway, and having that added pressure now for Detroit, depending on how the series goes against Cleveland. I mean, obviously I would love to sweep them again. We swept them in Detroit. Why can't we sweep them here? And then we don't really necessarily have to worry about it. The Guardians, in essence, control their own destiny.
Mm-hmm.
And that's exactly what they did. That's why they won 9 games in a row. And everybody was like, are you kidding me?
Do you think, this is after yesterday's game, I don't want to say we're out of gas, but do you think our guys just got, they got out to the quick start yesterday, and then they couldn't hold serve. And my God, how many, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we went through 6 guys in the bullpen yesterday. How do you feeling about the bullpen as we sit here today, Mike? Are they going to have enough juice to get us to the finish line?
They have to. I would love to say that they will. I think Cade Smith has had a few issues closing games since Class A got suspended. But I think when it matters most, we trust Stephen Vogt and how he's going to use these guys. I know that he has used Matt Festa a ton, and I think Kobe Allard had only pitched one time in September before he pitched the other day. He pitched yesterday. I think Hunter Gaddis, Cade Smith, Eric Sabrowski, those are the guys that we need to watch. Those are the high leverage guys that we need. And they seem to be on cruise control right now.
If you would have told me that my baseball season in the bullpen is going to come down to guys by the name of Kent, Festa, Sabrowski, and Allard, I'd have told you to go fly a kite. But here we are. And these are the guys we've got to put our faith in. And I'm just hoping that, look, the stakes are going to increase beginning tomorrow. There's no more, okay, this is, I'm hoping, and because of it, Stephen Vogt is the guy captaining the ship. I don't think the lights are going to be too bright, but the lights are going to be really bright this week.
They are absolutely going to be bright, and it starts tomorrow night. I mean, Tarek Skubal is one of the best pitchers in the game. When he's on, and it looked as if he had that rough start the other day, and then he got into a zone, and he was throwing 101, 102, 98, and guys couldn't catch it. And I think that's what it's going to be. In order to beat Tarek Skubal, we need that one inning, throw up that crooked number. And it's obviously something that we've done all season long. We can do it again.
We were talking with Mike Vorhies, MLB Guards Cast. Check him out. Does a great job. Find that on all of your social media platforms. Now let's go to the lineup now. Quan, Ramirez. That's our 1-2 punch. Manzardo has been very good. Bo Naylor has been very good. Surprisingly, Gabby Arias has come through here a little bit. Angel Martinez, Schneemann. Then you got, C.J. Kafis, who hasn't been up here that long. George Valera, who hasn't been up that long. Rocchio. Which one of those guys, maybe which two of those guys, Mike, do you think could be the magic elixir as far as the bats go with this team and might step up and take it up just another notch or two, which we're going to need?
I can throw you the two easy answers, and that would be Quan and Ramirez, because obviously Quan is our leadoff hitter, and we go where he goes. Jose is Jose, and he has dominated Tigers pitching in his career. But I'm going to give you two that I think will rise to the occasion, and that's Bo Naylor. He has been absolutely on fire. The month of September, he is tearing the cover off the ball. But he's also doing a great job behind the plate in calling games.
Mm-hmm.
The other guy is Brian Rocchio. We sent him aside and everybody kind of forgot about him. They call him back up, and he has done absolutely phenomenal defensively. Now the bat's starting to wake up, and he's hitting the ball well. I think those are the two guys we've got to watch.
Let me throw another trifecta at you, and let me see what your thoughts on these guys. Now, John Kenzie Noel, he was with us last year during that magical ride. Nolan Jones, somehow, some way, he manages to get at least one big hit every couple of days. And are you hearing anything on? I haven't seen anything about Lane Thomas. Is he going to be able to jump back in here at some point, or is
no? I think Nolan Jones is actually on the injured list as well. So he had an oblique issue. His regular season is done. Whether or not he makes the Guardians postseason roster, I'd be shocked.
Okay.
And with Lane Thomas, I think his season is over as well. That plantar fasciitis has just absolutely derailed him.
I was hoping he could come back. I really was.
Well, and who better to face Tarek Skubal than the man that hit a grand slam in Progressive Field, right? Like, that story writes itself. But yeah, I think it's John Kenzie out of that list that's going to have to. We need him to show up, and he did against the Yankees last year in the postseason. That epic big Christmas home run on national television was amazing. I think it's his time. I think he knows what he's got to do. He knows why he's here. And there's nobody, he doesn't have to look over his shoulder. Nolan Jones isn't there. Lane Thomas isn't there. And if you do want to give at bats to CJ Kafis and George Valera, I mean, you're taking a chance. Those guys haven't been here that long, but I think they can still contribute too.
Mike Vorhies is our guest. Check him out, MLB Guards Cast on your social media platforms. Mike, best case, let's go best case to worst case scenario. And this is all three of these predicate on the Guardians getting into the postseason. Obviously, you would love to win the division, okay? If that doesn't work out, you still may have your pick at a couple of the wild cards. And I did a little, like, just looking ahead who we might play if certain things happen. There's a really good chance you could play Detroit right off the rip in your first series. There's a chance you might have to go to New York if you go the wild card route. Do you care either way, or you just want to get a seat at the table?
I want a seat at the table. I mean, obviously, give me the Yankees. Let's just take Goliath down now and be done with it. Because we have some payback, a little retribution for last year. And we know the Yankees have been kind of scuffling a little bit, other than Aaron Judge, because he's an unbelievable ball player. But I think the Yankees are definitely beatable. They're not the same Yankees team as last year. Juan Soto isn't playing for them. Soto won't hit a home run against us this time. So, I mean, whether we have I would love to be at home, obviously, because you want the crowd.
Yep.
But if we've got to travel, then give me the Yankees. Let's go big.
And then with the wild card, all three of the games would be on the road, which that's tough, but that's kind of the way it goes. That's why I'm not going to say I would be disappointed with the wild card, but you'd love to win the division. It's just a little easier road, but this team is pretty keen on not taking the easy road. So maybe to them it doesn't matter. Maybe to Stephen Vogt it doesn't matter. Maybe to Chris Antonetti and those guys, maybe it doesn't matter. Just get in and let's see what happens. My worry is, and I hate to be the wet blanket on the fire, my worry is the Dolans are going to say, oh, well, look what they did, and we didn't do anything again and spend any more. I'm hoping that if whatever we do this postseason, whether it's win the division, get a wild card, get to the ALCS, maybe you get knocked out in the division round, maybe you go all the way, who knows? I want them to show everybody, give us a commitment and try to beef this thing up again. Let's ride the momentum again for next season going in. I mean, is that too much to ask? Again, I hate to even bring that up now, but there's a part of me that thinks that's the way they are thinking about this.
Well, you never know with the Dolans. Like I've learned to understand that they're never going to just go out and spend the money on a big free agent like we want them to. They want to develop these young guys, whether it's the pitchers, whether it's the hitters. That's what they want to do. But I think they're starting to realize that right field has been a pit of despair this entire season. We cry. Brian Shaw, my co-host on the podcast, him and I have talked at length of getting a right fielder. That's what we wanted in the offseason. They didn't do it. They got Nolan Jones and brought him back, and obviously that kind of didn't work out like we thought it would. But I'm hopeful that if they see that maybe we are one piece, 2 pieces away from winning the whole thing, maybe they will crack open that wallet and open that checkbook and maybe find somebody that can fit this organization and not kind of ruin the chemistry that we have, but make it better.
Yeah, I hope so. Look, I'm not asking for a Dodgers payroll. I'm not asking for a Yankees or a Cubs payroll. I'm not asking for that. But put a little juice in there. Spend another 50, maybe 50, 55, 60 million. That still only gets you to like 170. Let's do that. And chemistry is important. I agree with you there, Mike. Chemistry is important. But look, the fans have shown with their wallets. They're going to go easily over 2 million fans again this year, second year in a row. They're coming, okay? Let's feed the beast a little bit. Let's fortify this club a little bit, and let's make some moves here during the offseason, no matter what happens. Mike Vorhies is our guest, MLB Guards Cast. That's just me speaking out loud, Mike. That's what I hope happens.
No, I agree with you 100%. I mean, it sounds like you've listened to the podcast quite a bit. That's what we have talked about, it seems, at length. Just we know that they're not going to go out and get that mega free agent like they would have when we got Edwin Encarnacion. That was the big name then.
Right.
They haven't done that lately. They like to go and maybe make a trade or maybe do something. And I'd be okay with that too. Maybe we don't sign a free agent. Maybe we take that plethora of middle infield talent that we have, or prospect. I hate that word, but prospect. Maybe we play, let's make a deal. Let's find somebody that can really help this team. We've always talked about Pittsburgh. They can't seem to get it going over there. They've got plenty of guys on their roster I'd love to have, Brian Reynolds being one of them, and I think he would fit in so well in Cleveland. It just makes too much sense for them not to do something.
Yeah, I would love to see that. All right, here we go. Pitching matchups for the series. Skubal and the big rig, Gavin Williams, tomorrow, 6:40. Wednesday, we go at 6:40. Thursday, I'm not showing a time here, Mike. Is that an afternoon game on Thursday?
It should be. I dropped my phone right before we went on, and I didn't want to reset everything.
I'm trying to pull this up on a couple of my apps, and maybe it's the hamster on the wheel here in the studio with the Wi-Fi, but I'm not. I'm not getting.
Hold on, I got you. Give me 1 second. I've just pulled it up. All right, so Skubal Williams, and then Flaherty Bybee is Thursday.
Okay,
or Wednesday. I'm sorry.
So Thursday is a night game.
Thursday is a night game, and it is to be determined for Detroit against Parker Messick.
Ooh, okay, wow.
And Messick has been absolutely incredible since we called him up. So this is nice. I like this rotation right now.
He has been very good. Well, it's going to be fun. I am hoping 34,000 jam that place the next 3 nights. I would love to be able to go, but due to circumstances being here, I'm not going to be able to get up there. I hope it is fantastic. I will be watching. I will be listening, and we will certainly maybe we'll call upon you early next week to preview a little postseason baseball. How's that sound?
I'd love it. I'd absolutely love it. I'll forgive you, Sam, for the Toronto Blue Jays hat. I will.
Hey, it matches.
We got to get you a Guardians hat. Come on now.
Well, I've got a block C.
Okay.
But it's so worn out. But I can't, you can't give your hats up. I can't.
No.
I have so many, and they're just shot. And I hate to keep wearing the same one. Like I got a Rubber Ducks, I got a Guardians, I got like 3 or 4 of the Chief Wahoos. But I had to coordinate today, so I I figure Mark Shapiro. I'll
Cleveland. We call them Cleveland North on our podcast. They have quite a few former guards playing for them with Shapiro too. So
they do, and they're having a great year. Mike, I appreciate the time, man. Let's have some fun this week, and we'll see how it all plays out.
Absolutely, Sam. Appreciate the time. We look forward to a big weekend. Let's go, Guards.
Let's go. There he goes. Mike Vorhies, MLB Guards Cast. That's MLB Guards Cast. Check him out on your social media platform.